No, no, record. There we go. Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Kuya Paul, and
Faye.
yeah, there you go.
Sherissa?
And you're watching It's a Working Podcast. Pardon our mess. It's a working podcast. Um, and all the different things. You can find them. Oh, you can find us on twitch.tv us /Kuya Paul Games. We do have a lot of people within the chat today. We have 7 people so far. You can also find us on Facebook, also in the VODs, every week on youtube.com /user/val07. We're also on Spotify podcasts. Just search Square Mile City. How are you guys? Hey, look who's back. Look who's back. Back again. Rissa's back. Sherissa, I can tell a friend. Sorry. Banana.
Glad to be back. Glad to be back.
Couple of things from the chat before we get started. Dre Feezy says action because he always says action apparently. Maficola is thanking for the sub that we got right before we started. Phantom Piece says bananas. Yeah, it is bananas. And then yeah, just shout outs to the chat as well too, including my mods who are in the chat right now. Thank you so much for being here. As always, if you are watching us live on the chat, you can ask us questions live. During the podcast, we will answer all your questions. But how are you guys doing? How's your day so far? How's your week?
You can start, Faye.
Me?
Yeah.
Wait.
Do you know any
okay.
other Faye?
Sorry, I didn't hear my name.
It's all good.
A week? Well, just school, to be honest. School and work. Oh! I don't know if I told you guys, I actually tried quitting at my job.
Again?
Yeah, again!
Oh,
Again, because you just told us like 3 weeks ago that it's like, I'm gonna quit.
Yeah, so I turned in my resignation letter, but and then my boss, she texted me. She was like, "So do you want this to be your last day, or this day, or do you want to be on call?" And I want to be like more proper, so I just called her.
Yeah.
Because when I turned in my resignation letter, they weren't there in the office,
Mm-hmm.
and so basically I took the on call, and I can basically just work on the days that I want to work for. So I thought it would not be such a bad idea. Plus, I still need to like earn money at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
pay for stuff. That and school. I went to my school yesterday. I was there from like eight to 4, so that was pretty tiring. Just really tiring for not going out as much. But yeah,
Okay.
eat, eat, cool.
Cool. Also, I think everyone can hear your dog too.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Panda. It's not us. We're not whimpering, guys. It's Panda.
Sorry.
Panda's
why
like
is that?
Panda's the podcast mascot.
I sure don't know what he wants. I think he wants to sit in the chair. Hold up.
Oh, okay. Well, while we're doing that, Sherissa, how's your week?
I had a lot of days off this week. It's pretty good. I gave one of my shifts away, so it gave me a longer break.
Cool.
I started streaming, if anyone watches on Twitch.
That's right. You did start streaming. I'm gonna give you a shout out actually in the chat right now.
It's cool. It's chill. I'm seeing how it goes, but yeah, that's my update.
You're doing really good. I've been able to see her streams a couple times, so it's like it's really cool. It's really dope. A lot of singing. A lot of singing.
Supposed to affiliate, so
Stuff
you guys
to-
want to follow?
Yeah.
I should make a Twitch just for sure, Ben.
Yeah. Twitch.tv /Sherissa. The link is in the chat. I just put it in there. I think I spelled it right. SURERISSAAA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Nice. Oh, Vampanoy says he's following.
Oh, thank you.
Nice. Good job. Great. As for myself, yeah, pretty chill week. Just once again, just streaming. Doing well. Finally got, I think our big victory in the stream this week was getting We had several victories actually. Number one, I finally got Valorant to work, which is one of my favorite games to play on stream. So, Dre Freezy also says he's following you too now. Phantom Beast
Oh,
also says
thank
follow. Yeah,
you.
there you go. You're getting followers. Hey
Yeet.
Yeah,
guys, she's so close to
I need
hitting.
like 15 more, I think.
Yeah, she's so close to hitting affiliate. She already has she already has all the other like the what you call it, the viewer count. She already has a
Your
viewer count.
average.
Yeah, and all she needs is the hours now, and of course the followers. Thanks for Phantom Beasts for putting in the oh yeah, Phantom Beast was the other one. He was shout outs to him. Got the moderators to moderate chat on a very busy time when we got bot bombed. I don't know what it's called. We had a bot
Um,
attack. Yeah, where someone was just like spamming the chat with his bot, and then Phantom Beast is like, "Hey, make me moderate, and I'll clean this all up for you." And I did, and he was a very welcome addition to the moderator team. So shout outs to him. Shout outs to Husky Boy. And they're helping keep the chat all nice and cozy. Um, Dre Feezy says time to make 15 fake accounts. Bot rated. We got bot rated. There you go. But that was fun for me. Other than that, I mean, pretty chill week for me. Found out one of my favorite ramen spots locally is now open for sit down. I still got it to go because I didn't want to sit down like alone. I don't like like I like having ramen alone, but not I didn't want to have it alone right now. Oh, and then yeah, last week right after the podcast, I think the day after the podcast, I had a sit down ramen place with a couple of friends of mine. That was good. That was real dope. Really good. But yeah, that's basically it. That's me. That's what I'm going with. All right. So once again, before we get started, if you are in the live chats on twitch.tv/creepallgames, you can chat with us live. Oh, the spicy noodles. Oh, freak. I forgot to prep them. I was supposed to do a spicy noodle challenge. I was given spicy noodles by from Husky Boy. I'm gonna have to do them tomorrow, guys, but I still do have them.
Yo, that is awesome.
Yeah,
Can I do that?
I'm gonna do them tomorrow for tomorrow's stream. I'll have more time then. I'll get them boiling. I'll actually set a timer now. Just like, hey, spicy ramen, spicy ramen. But I'll set the timer right now so I have it for tomorrow's stream. But yeah, like we're here. If you have any questions, you can put them in chat. Um, Dreyfus, like the ones we did in Big Bear. Yes, like the ones we did in Big Bear. Except I don't know if I had them. But yeah, so I'm gonna have those. I'll have them tomorrow. I'm setting the alarm now so I don't forget.
I don't
Um,
know how you guys eat spicy food.
I mean, that's the thing for me. I don't like spicy food. That's why I'm doing it as a challenge and not as
Oh,
a I'm eating it just for a regular
Uh,
meal.
yikes.
oh,
Well,
I love spicy food.
Yeah. I don't hate it, but I can't have too much of it because like I like things with flavor. Mafia
That
Cruella
is
says I'm tuning in.
flavor.
I mean it, but
Oh
like
wow.
when my mouth is burning, I can't taste anything anymore.
Oh okay. Oh, you mean that
exactly.
spicy?
Exactly. I'm
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
you
I don't
can't,
want that spicy.
like, tofu soup is spicy, but it's not like overpowering.
Hmm.
True, true.
Yeah, Phantom Beast says I love spicy food. Africola says he's be tuning in tomorrow, and Dre Feezy says spicy poops. Hot in, hot out. Oh my gosh. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get started, guys, because this conversation is going there, and instead we're gonna have Faye take it over. We're doing something very special in the last few podcasts. What are we doing, Faye?
I've prepared some questions just to
Mm-hmm.
get to know the community, so just to get to know the three of us and also the rest in the chat.
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
Yummy.
so we've been going through these quote unquote 20 questions, which I feel like is just gonna continue to keep building. Because this whole podcast got started with Faye wanting to ask questions. So that's what we're doing right now, and we're just asking questions and we're going through them. But we have some numbers left, right?
Yes,
Okay, let's do it this way
we have.
because
Yeah.
there's so many numbers that we've already taken out. So we'll just
Mhm.
start from like the top down. How many numbers do we have left? Like how many questions do we have left?
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Seven.
Seven. Okay, so we're gonna do one to seven. You're just gonna count from top to bottom. And
Okay.
then let's get you know what? MVP for this week, Phantom Beast. Phantom Beast. If you're still in chat, give us a number between 1 and 7.
Wow.
Wow. Well, I'm shouting him out because
Yeah.
And while we're waiting for that, once again, oh, he says 5. Phantom Beast says 5. So what's question number 5?
Five is what would you do if you won the lottery?
Ooh.
It's so funny because we answered this question last time, but it wasn't my question. It was someone else's question. I forgot
Okay.
which one. I think it was Asti.
And we do have someone new to answer it as well too. So, what would you?
Yee.
Yeah, indeed, we do. So I guess we can start with us, and then Sharissa can be like the
Last one.
yeah, the climax resolution, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I'll go first. What would I do if I won the lottery? Um, I would. So the first, okay, so the first thing I would do if I won the lottery is make sure any other lingering bills or like, I don't have any credit cards, but like any other lingering bills, student loan payments, stuff like that, that all gets paid for. Then, I should have done this first, but I'll give my offering. I'll give my tithe.
To be honest,
Yeah, I'll
yeah.
give my tithe first, and then I'll pay for all my other stuffs, so I don't have any lingering bills. Oh, stream frozen? None. Um, Clutch. Refresh. It's not frozen on my end. Um, but shout outs to Clutch. Coming into chat. But anyway, so what you want? What I would do is from there, I would I would I'll probably do like the 80/20. Like 80% of it, I just put it back into like some kind of savings, and that's what I would pretty much do. I would pretty much live off of the dividends. Like so, like every like if I put it into like a savings account or like not savings but like a investment account, like I'll just take whatever that savings account has earned, like throughout that year, I'll get like a percentage of it, and that's it. And then I'll just live off of that. Because if I won the lottery, and let's say I get like $50 million, then like even just like the interest that it makes every year, I could live off of that. So even if the interest is like what, a really high amount, like $100,000 a year, I was like, I can live off of that, and I'll just live off of that for the rest of my life and never have to worry about money. That being said, every now and then I'd probably make some investments if I wanted to invest in like a movie or anything else, like things that I'm passionate about. I'd probably invest in those things. Or if I saw like a church ministry growing with like a really cool like ministry platform, or like things like this, like if they had any kind of like interesting platforms of like getting online, social media, things like that. If I saw like a church ministry doing it, I'd probably do that, or like any kind of like movies or shows and stuff that I'm like, oh, this is really cool, and I want to invest in it. Yeah, I'd probably do that. That's it, and then I just live off of dividends and stream all day. That's it.
Okay.
How about you, Faye? What would you do with your Lotteria?
I actually, you know what? It would be nice for us to have our own church. Like pastor would have his own church and
Yeah,
building,
yeah,
so it
yeah,
would be
yeah.
nice if we do ever. No,
Mhm,
just kidding. In a million years
mhm.
to get money,
In a million years,
Yeah.
church
That would
is.
be
And it would
nice.
be nice.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
would
it
be
would be
nice. It
nice
would
to
be
help
nice.
pastor have his own building,
That'd be great.
you know. Yeah. And I think I would
Wait, did she freeze?
I think
I didn't
so.
think she froze. I thought she was like,
She her
oh, what was that?
her phone probably died.
Oh, maybe. Well, we'll see. We'll keep her on for right now, just in case. But Kingpin, what's up? How's it going? She did freeze. We're gonna keep her on. She'll come back when like her phone's better.
Oh, it looks like a picture moment.
I know. It's just she's so like picturesque. Um, but I guess we'll go to your answer. Sharissa, what would you do?
I would I would pay off my bills too.
Yeah.
Uh, donate to the church, pay off my loans, Probably get my parents a house that they don't have to pay rent for,
Mm-hmm.
so like one less expense for them.
Yeah.
Get my own place.
Nice.
Uh, hmm. That's all I can think of right now, but those things.
Cool. 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 Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I don't, it kind of puts into like the perspective of like how much money do you really need? Because a lot of people's like, we'll win the lottery, and then they buy all this stuff. And I've had a cousin who had an uncle who kind of did all that stuff, and he's like, "Well, I bought everything. Like, money was no object." And then later on, he got involved in the law, and also the not law, like the opposite of law, that wanted to kill him. And it was like, how much was that lottery even really worth then? Like, if your life is worse off than it was in the beginning. So that's always just been my thought. It was just like, what the freak? Like, who, you know, like, how
Be
much money do
wise
you
with your
really need?
money.
Yeah, be wise with it. And I guess it takes age, I guess, maturity. And even then, like, who knows? Like, if I got $1 million, I don't know. Like, the temptation seems huge, like, to be honest. And I'm not saying that I'd make wrong decisions, but I'd be tempted to sway from right decisions. I would say that. Whether or not I'd fall into temptation, I don't know. I'll just be honest with myself. I don't know. At the same time, I hope I don't. Because of, like, like the life lessons that I've learned in terms of being responsible. I kind of think of that that one scene in in Captain America: First Avenger, where like Dr. Erskine is like talking to Steve Rogers for the first time, like, well, not the first time, but like right before the big surgery, where he's just like Dr. Erskine basically is like, so this is why you, like, you were chosen, because a strong man would, like, like, who has been strong all his life would abuse the power, but a weak man um, would would be responsible, and then he'd know more compassion with it as well too.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. We're talking about Captain America. Well, I'm talking about Captain America.
And I'm listening about Captain
Yeah,
America.
but that's the way I think about money. It's just like, if you were given that money, it's like, well, what would you do with it? Like, you get to a certain point in your life where it's just like, how much money do you really need? And you just think about more of the responsibilities do you have if you're given the money, instead of just like the whole, like, lifestyle changes, and just like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna be part of the. I feel like there's more. This is maybe this is just me too, and I'll stop right here. But basically, what are your guys' thoughts in terms of, because like back in my day, everything was trying to, like, when I was growing up as a kid, everything was just like lifestyles of the rich and famous. Like, it's very just like, you want to get to that certain peak, but I feel like now it's not as important to be the whole rich and famous thing. There's more emphasis on responsibilities of, like, who you are and your platform and stuff. How you feel about? Do you guys still feel like it's like, oh man, people still want to get like super famous, and how you guys
Yeah.
feel?
Yeah, there's a certain amount of people who still want to be
Yeah.
well known and famous, whether it be like through YouTube or TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
Instagram. That's why
Mhm.
influencers is like a new thing for people, and people make money off of it. I know someone from, uh, not really from high school, but
Mm-hmm.
from our circles, who's an influencer, and she's actually making really good money right now.
That's great.
But yeah, I guess it's not a bad thing. It's everyone's perspective is different, and every like this this age just shows us there's so many ways of making money, and it's not just through like having a
if
degree.
if any way that they're not like benefiting the community and just like being, oh, it's mine. It's for my own good. It's for like my own future in a way that
Mm-hmm.
turn into like a greed kind of thing. That's when it becomes kind of like, I'd say, bad.
Do you think like in this day and age, greed is more rampant, like it's, or is it dying out, and then like the idea of like responsibility and like kind of community building is more prevalent? Or what do you feel like is, like, in our society right now, what do you think is winning out right now, in your opinion? Greed or compassion? If it had to be the two.
You know what? Just because like the whole movement,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like people are actually like being more showing more empathy. I feel like just be not just in terms of like being rich and all,
Mm-hmm.
but people are actually donating into what is actually putting their mind to a good cause.
Yeah.
So I'd say that's a really positive thing that's going on in the world right now, and even like the Yemen, what's happening in Yemen. So
Mm.
I think that's really good. Even though there is always going to be like people out there that's going to be greedy, because I feel like it's because of what this like yeah society has been teaching the new generation and even before, and I feel like it would just depend on us and where we would be put our perspective,
Mm-hmm.
where would be I guess where would we look at, because if I go on Instagram and I would just go on my search stuff, my search view,
Mm-hmm.
I would see a lot of kids that like wanting to be like famous, wanting to like build up their own names in terms of like just having more money. Like I don't know, but that doesn't mean that everything is bad or going that way.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Yeah. I agree with that. It doesn't look like everything is necessarily bad.
mm.
Sure. So what do you think in terms of that? Like in terms of like what do you see right now, like within our world right now? Like, do you see like it's do you still see it as kind of like a heavily greedy? I mean, there's always gonna be greed, of course. Like, but is it more just like more hope for like the compassionate and the community and helping out? What do you see?
I think with the movements going on now, a lot of people are gaining more perspective
Mm-hmm.
and have become more culturally aware of how other people are feeling, not just their own feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, there's the few that are very like defensive and um, unaware. Not maybe they are aware, but
Mm-hmm.
they just choose not to
or probably
see.
they don't know how to handle it in a way.
Yeah, because like even in this platform on Twitch, there's some people who like just go on the chat and they just talk about vulgar things,
Mm-hmm.
and it just makes me realize like there's a level of maturity there that they haven't reached yet, or
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
um, and it's that's something that a person might get over time or might not, and um, but definitely I see more compassion, more more people advocating for a better life, a better community that doesn't shy away from tough conversations and um, things
Mm-hmm.
that have already been rampant in
Yeah.
our world
Yeah.
but haven't been expressed enough because um, people just we focus on our normal day to day, but we don't really look into other people's lives and how they get affected because no one wants to talk about the bad stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I see that. I see. I mean, I'm seeing it both. It's really interesting. Like, um, how like the same. Like, I think COVID did a lot in terms of just kind of high. Like, it put like a highlight on all the things that are kind of already happening, but it took us a quarantine, and it took us a pandemic for us to realize this is how our society was. So it kind of like it hyperbolized, like it over exaggerated the things that are really happening. Like for instance, like you guys are saying, it was just like there's a lot of advocacy, there's a lot of protest, there's a lot of like good that people are trying to do. I mean, we can argue whether or not all of those things are like like we can argue that, but at the same time, it's just like, well, good things are happening. In terms of just trying to be better and trying to be community and trying to help one another. But then I see like all this other, there's all this other stuff, like counties, especially in California, and it's just like the it's just funny because it's like people are just fighting. It's just like you can't take away. It's funny to me. Maybe it's not funny to you, but it's funny to me that people are just like, well, you can't take away our freedoms, and you can't do this, and all of it's fighting for like not wearing like face masks. And I was just like, it, that doesn't stop you from doing it, but then it's just it kind of hyperbolizes the idea that it's just like you can't take my stuff away. It's like, well, the whole idea of wearing a face mask is just like it's not for you, it's to help other people not get infected just in case you have the infection. So it's a community thing that's trying to help other people, but then people think of it as like, no, you're taking away my freedom. And I was like, okay, so we're still there. Like, it's like I'll wear a face mask. I don't know, as a as a person who's soon to be a nurse. Sure, is that right? Still nurse, right? Is
Yeah.
okay. So a person that's gonna be a nurse, how do you feel about this is just a random ish question, and we'll get to our next question. But like, how do you feel about the idea? Because I saw this one guy, he's like, here's my argument, and this is from Orange County. He's like, here's my argument. Are you smarter than a fifth grader? And he says like, if you wear a mask, then you are making people breathe in their own CO2. You are literally choking them to death. Thoughts? This is from a school teacher.
I mean, is there any statistics that anyone have died due to
From wearing a
masks?
mask?
Yeah.
I mean, you'd have to be choking, right? Like you have to like not wear a mask, but literally be like keeping them away from air. And like I'm just thinking like scientifically, I was like, I don't know if that's how CO2 works because CO2 rises, right? Because it's lighter than oxygen.
I'm just trying to think from his perspective. Why would he say that? Maybe he has trouble breathing, or like
But
maybe
when
he has
yeah,
maybe he has anxiety with like
Yeah.
enclosed
I don't know.
spaces, and just like a mask is too much.
But he's saying it's like it's for the kids. It's like I'm trying to protect my kids because you're making them breathe in harmful CO2 gases by wearing a mask. That was his argument. His argument was like you are. There was another argument too. I don't want to get into that one, but it's like there was a lady saying it's like you're taking away my right to pray because I can't pray with a mask on. That was her argument. So I was
You
like,
don't have to pray vocally.
I was like, and even if you're praying, it's like this is not stopping you from praying. Like I was like, it's like I can't pray. You're keeping me from prayer. I'm like, no, you're not. You can still talk. Like,
It's
but
like
anyway.
it's like that Bible verse that's like praying in the synagogues like doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like
Like
trying
you're showing off.
it's like it's supposed to be like your quiet place, not like something that you're broadcasting to the world.
Preach.
So
So it's like wearing a mask is actually like it's like wearing your own closet where you can privately pray all the time. Look at that.
it's like
Okay.
it's like yes, masks are
Mhm.
inconvenient and yes, they are uncomfortable. But like even in airplanes, you before you like if the plane is in trouble and they put on the CO2 mask,
Yeah.
you put your own first before someone else's,
Yeah.
and that just shows that everyone, not just the people who are healthy, but also the people that are unhealthy, we should all be wearing.
There you go. Cool. Okay. Nice.
We all need.
Oh, go ahead. Or is that your thought? Okay, then that's your thought, I guess. Okay, cool. Yeah, just a little tangent there, but yeah, all this coming from hey, yeah. So we can move on from there, I think. Unless you guys have anything else to say about winning the lottery, because that was what we were talking about in the beginning.
Sorry.
No, no, no,
My
no.
phone died.
No, sorry.
It
This is
overheated.
this is the way everything else works. No, it's all good too.
Pardon our mess.
Pardon our mess. This is a working podcast. But
Fine.
good question. Let me go into the chat a bit. Phantom Beast is doing a lot of stuff on my channel, including putting the YouTube channel. Phantom Beast, if you could also put in the YouTube channel that is, if you can, put in that it's the home for It's a Working Podcasts. Also, let me see. Husky Boy says that you were deep in thought when the screen froze, and also for the lottery, he wants to make sure that no one knows he won. So, also, let me see a couple other things.
They're gonna know that you won though. There'll be announcements.
Van Pinoy says to shake my head about the teacher word about breathing in CO2. The air we breathe now has CO2 and isn't pure oxygen. There you go. There you go. Thank
Yeah,
you,
Vanpinoy's a
nurse.
nurse.
Thank you, nurse. Let's go. Let's go with that fact. So I was like, come on now.
That makes sense
It
because when we
does.
exhale, it's CO2.
There's all CO.
So
There's CO2 everywhere. We're not taking in the CO2. We're filtering it through. Um, Back to the system I go. Hey, thanks for visiting. Even
I can't
if
wait.
so briefly, Clutch. Thanks so
I'm
much.
finding this.
Have a good time at work. Shout outs to Clutch also. He also has a YouTube channel. If you're not following Clutch, Clutch is really great. He plays mobile games and he plays fighters and he's
Good.
awesome and dope. You need to follow him. Also, yeah, also back to the grind with him is I believe working for a shoe company that I will not say. But but he's a dope cat. He's really great and he's really great at fighter games. You should follow him. So we're gonna continue on. I'm going to let's throw it to Vampanoy. Vampanoy, do you want to give us a number? And
except 5.
except 5. So 1 to 7, but minus 5, or
Got it.
subtract. No, I mean,
So like
you know what I
6.
meant. You know what I meant. You know what I meant. 1 to 7, but don't say 5. And I'll give it to you,
1 to
Vampanoy.
7.
We'll wait a little bit, but yeah, and we'll also wait for Faye because she went somewhere. Where'd she go? Oh, there you go.
Sorry, I got my notebook. I
Yeah, you got
forgot.
your notebook.
I
That's all
forgot I
good.
left it for a second.
That's all good. That's all good. Okay. And Vampanoy says 4. He says
Did
number
we do this
4.
question already? What are your hobbies?
What are hobbies? Did we?
What are your hobbies? Did we? Sounds familiar.
Thanks, Phantom Beast, for fixing that. Don't. Well, I feel like we'd have, but we
Sure,
can
we
go
can
through it.
answer it.
Yeah, we can go through it. You can go first. Yeah.
Why is it me? I can answer it.
You're the guest.
because you
Because
were
you're
here
the
at the
guest.
time.
Yeah. You're the guest.
Hobbies.
Yeah. What are your hobbies?
Well, first off, I like singing.
That's not a hobby. That's a career. I'm just kidding.
Oh gosh.
Love it.
You see what I did there?
I also-
Just kidding. Go ahead.
I also like painting watercolor.
Mhm.
Ooh.
I haven't done acrylics, but or painted in a while. But I like drawing sometimes. What else do I like to do? I like trying new things.
Mhm.
So one thing that I started a couple years ago was knitting because I got curious
Hmm.
how to do that. And my school they had like a club for it. I was like, okay, why not?
Knitting, huh? I used to do knitting. I did knitting and crochet.
Oh, crochet.
Crochet's fun. It's
Oh,
easier.
crochet.
It's so much. You just do this like the whole time. You're just knitting, knitting, knitting. You're just knitting knots the whole time. It's so much.
Yeah.
It's so much faster too.
Have you guys tried cross stitch before?
I have not done cross
Cross-stitching?
stitch. No, I have not.
Oh,
My
okay.
my Lola Nana Mayang used to do cross stitch. I think. Nice.
Cool.
Dre
I
Feezy
also
says, "Hell yeah, drawing."
kickboxing.
Oh, kickboxing.
Yeah.
Mm.
Um,
Nice.
I watch a lot of like superhero movies and like DC animation
Nerdum.
movies, I guess.
Oh yeah, we watched that
So-
one movie that y'all like super mature movie, but what was it? The Justice League Dark Apocalypse
Oh
War.
gosh. Ah,
That thing
that
was
so sad.
so bloody. It was so
But-
bloody. It's a good movie though. It's a good movie.
I was like, I want to be a badass and kill everyone, so I took up boxing.
Oh nice. Heck yeah, let's go. Cool.
Mm.
Nice. I wanted to ask
Okay.
actually, since you're in your room, do you have any samples of your watercolors?
I only have one of my acrylics because
Oh,
I
okay.
did this at a friend's birthday party.
Oh nice. Wow.
Oh, you can't really see it.
Is that a flower? Yes, flowers, right?
Fisher Bay. You doodle too, right? Remember
I
you
yeah.
doodled?
I don't know
Where's
if
that
that's. Oh, there
thing?
you go. That's better. It's better if it's far away, but then you can't see the texture. But, yeah.
Very nice. Cool beans.
Very
I like
cool.
it. That's really nice. That's really nice too.
Nice.
Also, but like from a distance, it looked like ice cream at first. But then I was like, oh, but that doesn't look like a cone. It looks like a vase. So I was like,
That sure sounds good.
cool.
Let's see if there's anything else. I
Va-
have another one
oh yeah.
actually.
What do you have? Let's see it. While you're doing that, I'm gonna say Vampanoy says I enjoy roleplay. I'm not gonna read into that. I'm just gonna assume that it's for Dungeons and Dragons, and not any
Oh,
other kind of role. Okay, there you go. And he says I mean D&D. I'm like okay, because roleplay could be a. I don't know, man. When you say roleplay, I was like I don't want to judge you, but you know, you're being very open with us, and I appreciate that. Oh, you're bringing it out. Okay, while you're bringing it out, Faye, what are your hobbies? And then you can just show it, Sherissa.
okay.
Hobbies. What the frick is my hobby? Just kidding.
Ooh.
Where am I? Yo, that one.
That one's really cool. I think I
cool.
remember you working on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's one of my favorite ones. Kind of reminds me of like a tropical place.
And if you guys want a printed copy, go to twitch.tv slash and smash that follow button. No, no, it's okay. Yeah. Although, yeah, you do have really cool ones.
Oh, that one's hard.
Dude, I remember the one that you did. You did one on my birthday, remember? I don't know if you still have that one even. Oh, that's
Ooh,
cute.
that one's cool.
That one's real
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
I remember you did one on my birthday. You remember the one that you did at Lakma? Like, and we hung it up. I don't know if you ever took a picture of it, but that was a really cool one. It was like the moon or something, and you're just like, oh, like I. You remember when we were doing watercolors at Lakma?
I have to look at my photos.
Yeah, but that was a good one too. Like, yeah, like. Oh,
Aw,
that's so cute. Who's the guy?
cute.
This is actually I don't know if you guys know Umi. She's an artist, but she's a music artist.
Hmm.
But
Oh
one
yeah.
of
Okay.
her one of her videos, it's like this. It's a guy and a girl, and like the background's like moving. Yeah, this is based off that.
Nice.
Okay. Okay.
That's all I'll show.
Okay. Cool beans. All right, Faye. What are your hobbies?
Sleep, eat. Okay.
Okay.
What a mood.
So far, half of those hobbies you can do on the podcast.
We've been doing them.
It would be funny if it was sleep. Although I know, like, there are weird people online that that would do that, that would watch
I've
people
done
sleep.
before. I was falling asleep at the time.
If they want to
With
keep their
you guys,
streamer.
actually.
There's certain like streams where the whole stream is dedicated to waking the person up. I've heard.
That's
So like the
awesome.
person is
That is awesome,
sleeping, and then they
actually.
turn on the stream, and then you send bits to them, and every time you send bits or donations, that it'll be a really loud donation. So the donation buzzer will try to wake the person up. So people will continue to send donations until the person wakes up.
That's funny.
It's funny. It's interesting, but yeah.
How do they initiate the stream though? How does that work?
What was that? I don't know.
How do they initiate?
I don't know all the details. I would assume that they initiated, that they try to go to sleep. It could be in reverse, like they're trying to go to sleep, but like the stream keeps waking them up. So it could be that. Or like they'll turn on the stream to go to sleep, and then they doze off because they're so tired, and then the stream still tries to wake them up. Like, I don't know. We'll see. What else, Faye, is your hobbies?
I like singing also. I also like kickboxing.
Nice.
Sherbet is actually the one who introduced me to that place, Walnut Club, One Love Fit Club, Walnut. Yeah, that was fun. And now I actually joined Gold's Gym because it's, to be honest, not just because Sherbet is there, it's also because they have kickboxing punching bags.
Okay.
Now, I think I'm closing my Gold's Gym.
Did they go
membership?
bankrupt? They went bankrupt though, right? Gold's Gym
Did they
went
really?
bankrupt. Yeah, they filed for bankruptcy. They filed for like Chapter 11 or
When?
something. This is during COVID. It's like 3 weeks into
I feel like-
COVID. Yeah, Gold's Gym's just
I
like,
feel
yeah,
like
we're
a
back.
lot of gyms did.
Yeah.
I heard because I heard
For sure.
24 filed for bankruptcy.
Yep. Not my gym. My gym making money. Planet Fitness. Planet
Planet.
Fitness making bank right now. I don't know what they're doing. They have like a lot of like online stuff, I think, and that's why they're keeping their business like kind of solvent. So they have a lot of like online tutorials, weekly and daily classes. So they're keeping people still invested in the brand, so people aren't canceling their memberships. So it's really, I don't know,
Well,
they got that stuff. Which one?
One Love Fit Club, I'm actually doing that. Like they're just been doing like private exercises and workouts.
Oh, I
But
see.
I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like it wouldn't be the same.
Yeah, I get
don't
that.
know.
I totally get that. I mean, there's something there. I mean, if even for me, I'm planning to go back to my gym next week, and then start my routines again. Van Pinoy says he also paints miniatures. Yeah, he also paints miniatures, not like on canvas. Phantom Beast says my hobbies are bike riding,
Oh,
cooking.
like Funko Pop type thing, or
Well, like
that kind of thing.
I feel like the
Oh,
miniatures
okay.
would be like, I don't know, like the Gundam stuff maybe. I'm guessing like Gundams, like the whole like robot or like anime characters, or it could be like other miniatures, like the Warhammer stuffs, like like the big like huge role playing chess games. I don't know. I'm only guessing. My hobbies are bike riding, cooking, hunting, fishing, working out. That's from Phantom Beast. Kingpin says 24-hour fitness did go bankrupt. And same with Gold's Gym. They both went bankrupt during COVID. Yep.
And that's the tea.
Mm-hmm.
That's a T.
Bike riding and fixing cars from Mafi Cola. He's been fixing cars for a minute now. Like he's taught Mafi Cola, my cousin. He actually taught me a lot about like car maintenance, or in terms of just the spiritual aspect of taking care of your car. He
Spiritual.
Yeah,
Spiritual.
there's a spiritual aspect of taking care of your car because the biggest lesson he taught me was name your car. Because if you name it and it has a name, you're bound to take better care of it. That's why people would he said just like how like people like on ships like back in the day like Imperial or whatever, like they're sailing around, they would name the ship. And the reason they named the ship is because instead of like we need to take care of the ship, instead it would be like we need to take care of like Guinevere or whatever. So it becomes more personal to you to take care of it, so you take better care of it. So he said do the same with your car. If you name your car, you will take better care of your car because now it's a personal experience. It's a relationship.
Do you guys name your cars? Comment below.
Oh yeah.
Inside.
Do you guys name your cars?
I personally don't.
Okay.
But you know what? The fact they said that, I think I am gonna start naming.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give my car name.
Because if your car has a name, you'll take better care of fill in the blank. Like my car has a name. My car's name is Emma. All of my cars had names except for one car that I hated so much that I never gave that car a name because it kept breaking down every month, and I was like, no, this is like the worst car I've ever had. So it never got a name. But every other car I've had has had a name, and that's why.
What, the CRV?
Oh, you mean the Rav? The Rav 4's
Yeah,
name
no,
was Rav
that one-
actually. I couldn't figure out a cool name, so I just called it Rav. But it was
Yeah.
Rav, yeah.
Sure, but do you have a name for your car? Okay, we're gonna think about this, okay?
Marfrey Cola says Walter. I know Walter. Walter's a really good friend of mine. It's his Acura TL license plate number. I'm just kidding. People be looking at
Oh,
this
I
guy.
think I have one now.
Oh,
Toby.
for your car?
Yeah.
I like it. Toby?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cute.
Okay.
Toby.
Yeah.
Toby's
I'll
your
show my
car.
hamster's name. His name is Tobias.
Tobias. Okay. Tobias.
Tobias.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tobias.
Oh, Tobias. If you call it Tobias, I'm gonna call it Tobias. It's like Tobias.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go for Toby. Okay, that's it.
So, but your car's name is Toby. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Just Toby.
All right. All right. So everyone in the comments put down names for Sherissa's car now.
Ooh.
Oh, I have a name already.
Oh, never mind. She has a name. What is it?
Oh, I like this.
What is it?
Just kidding.
What's the name of your car?
In ode to Avatar, Appa.
Oh, it makes sense.
Yeah, I
Totally
love
makes
that.
sense.
Yeah, I love Apple.
Appa.
Oh, I love Appa.
Nice.
I actually want to get a dog and name it Otto. That would
Yip
be
yip.
so like a chow chow. Oh my god, it's so cute.
All right. Okay, so a little bit more from the chat. Maficola says, "Long live Ico." Ico was my first car. My 1984 Toyota Celica. Long live Ico. Yes, Ico is dead.
That's
Long
a
live
cool name.
Ico. Ico, yeah, Ico is really cool. So I missed that car. Husky Boy says, "I'm not naming my Honda." Phantom Beast says, "Yeah, the name of my um, yeah, I named my bike Road Rash." So Vampinoy
Did you
says,
get a road rash?
maybe he did. Oh, maybe it's just like, because like he's like, like he's irritating the road when he's on his bike. I don't know. Vampinoy says, "Oh, I like the analogy. My car's name is Amy. It's a Mercury, and that's Sailor Mercury's name." Oh, that makes sense. I love it when like connections come from what the car is already. Like that's the way that I do a lot of my stuff like that. Like when I had I name all my products, by the way. So like my phone has a name. Um so my Note 5 was named Natalia because Natalia no, anyway. And then my car's name's Emma. So my car's name's Emma because um my so when they were like writing up the contract for my car, like the person that was writing up the contract called my car what was it like a 3M or something. Like she put M in it. I was like, what the freak? It was like, why is there an M? I thought it was just a Mazda 3. So she put like an M3 or something. I was like, okay, that's interesting. um so I'm looking thinking of names. I was like, well, what sounds like 3? And then I was like, whatever. um but then but I was like, well, it is called M. So I was like, Emma. And I was like, oh yeah, cool, Emma. Why not? Let's just call it Emma, because there's M in Emma. And also because I was a big fan of La La Land, and then the person that played the lead role was Emma Stone.
Emma Stone.
Emma Stone.
Emma
Yes,
Stone.
that was.
Yeah, Emma Stone. So Emma. So I was like, cool, I like it. Phantom Beast says, Quipo, I was going down a huge hill and fell on my bike, and I fell down on a hill on my legs and my arm, so I had really bad road rash. That is the story of road rash. There you go from
Okay.
Phantom Beast. Um,
Okay.
and been talking a
Hopefully
little.
healed.
Well, hopefully it did heal. Like, did it heal well, or did it leave a scar, Phantom? And while you're
If
typing
it
that,
lit
oh
if
yeah,
it lit a scar, that would be awesome too. 'Cause
that would be kind of
it's-
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
battle scars.
I have scars like that. I have a scar right, where is it? Right here. So I have a scar on my arm that I made scar. Like I kept picking at it because I wanted the scar. Phantom Beast says one huge scar on my arm. I made it. I wanted it the scar because the cut was given to me by my friend. We're breaking down walls in church, literally, not figuratively, and because we were trying to make more room for the sanctuary, and then he decided to play around with me. So he tries to get me from the back, and then he tries to lift me, but I'm already a husky, like a very husky, very big guy, and he's very skinny and scrawny. He's tall, but he's also very scrawny. So he tries to lift me and do a German suplex on me, like imagine there's like nails and like broken wood everywhere. So it's like, this is a really bad idea. This is like backyard wrestling type thing. And I was like, what are you doing? But I was like, well, you're not gonna get me, because I'm too big and you're not gonna be able to lift me. But he really tries. So what I did is I did this on another friend of mine. Is when they try to get me from the back, I just like in between like in between my legs, I lifted his leg up so that he tripped from behind me, basically, because he's not paying attention to his legs. So when I did that, though, he didn't let go of me. So when he tripped, he took me with him, and he completed the German suplex. And then when I got up, everyone's like, "Are you okay? You all right?" He was like, "It's fine. We're just messing around." And then he's like, "Dude, you're cut." And then I looked at the cut, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm cut." And it's like, "Oh," and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, man." It's like, "No, don't be sorry. Like, I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna keep this. Remember you." And then that's it. It's a guy thing. It's a guy thing.
To remember you.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep this. My best friend gave me a scar, and then when people ask, I was just like, "Oh, like I'm gonna make up a story, like we got in a bar fight or something," which I never do. I actually always tell the real
like-
story.
I was like, you just told the real story.
I always just tell the real
so-
story because it's fun. Um, story time.
We should do that. Like show our scar and then like tell us your
Yeah.
story about it.
I
Tell
have
us.
one on my knee.
Oh, there you
Ooh,
go.
yeah.
Okay, what's
Might
the
as well
story?
do
What's the
it now.
story? And also,
Yes,
no, you don't have to
um,
share it. Depends on how high on your knee it is.
True.
I like to go snowboarding.
Mhm.
Another thing I like to do, and I was going down the hill, and then this guy, he like falls right in front of me before I have time to move. So then I was like, crap, like the only way is for me to like either
Mhm.
hit him dead on or like you know. So I hit him and I flipped this way and then I tried not to land on my face, so I had to like shift
Mhm.
and then it scraped my knee. And then I thought I was fine, but then when I was done snowboarding and like,
Mhm.
freshening up, I saw like I got a bleeding and I was like, oh.
Oh, that guy
Yep. It's on my left knee.
on your left knee.
Yeah.
That sounds
Okay.
fun though.
And see what's gonna.
Just imagine
Oh,
me.
good.
I'm the guy. I'm the one who fall first.
You know what it sounds like? You know what it sounds like? It sounds like the beginning of a rom-com. Yeah.
Dead.
And
You
no,
would
We
be-
did it.
it's
you
like a
would be
Filipino
every
rom-com. It's gonna be
rom-com.
called "Falling for You."
We did end up talking, but nothing happened after
Oh.
that. Not I don't mean like talking.
I
meant,
don't
like,
know.
we talked after I fell.
What if, like, you hit him, right? And then you fall, and then you're like, what the heck? What's your problem? And then he takes off his ski mask, and like he's like this super poggy like freaking guy, and he like wafts his hair, and he's like, oh, I'm so sorry, and you're just like, oh, it's okay.
I was dating somebody
I feel
then.
I
like
don't
the
know.
first thing-
Hey. Dating is not married. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna cause trouble. I'm
Hey,
causing
you-
trouble.
Have you been watching-
Causing trouble.
Have you been watching Filipino like romance?
You only need to watch.
and whatnot?
You only need to watch a
I was
few to
actually
get the gist.
Filipino,
Yeah,
but
that is very Filipino. I'm sorry.
That is very Filipino. No, it's fine. No, he's just like because Sherissa is like, oh, and he was Filipino. I'm like, well, that's even better. Like,
like dang, this guy has long
he gets up. He's like, oh, sorry po. And I'm like, what?
Oh, he didn't have an accent.
No, I'm just saying. I'm making this up. Oh.
I mean,
Oh
that's
my
gonna be his
God.
voice, but he's Filipino.
Oh my gosh, like, oh man, I can already see the freaking rom-com. It's like you fall and then whatever, and then it's like, oh, it's so rude and whatever, and you get a scar and whatever, and then you're walking because you're at the resort for like a week or something, and you keep bumping into him, and whatever, and yeah, that I can all see it, and then it's just like, oh, this is gonna be like this resort. Maybe I've been also watching like maybe too many like freaking Disney movies too. It's just like, oh, this is gonna be like a resort. What if it was a musical? I could see it as a musical.
Ooh.
Yes. It's like, yeah, exactly.
Sherbet's tea.
Oh man, you have such romantic encounters, Sherissa. Oh my gosh.
I do.
I
Yes.
think
But nothing
in your
happens. But
head.
nothing happens from them.
Marvin Curler says KP loves
Oh, I have
snowboarding.
one.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Yeah, no, go.
Okay, so basically, I have I have this my tat here,
Uh huh.
and under it I have like a big scar, like it's like a scratch
Oh okay.
from a nail.
Oh, from a
and it's
nail?
always been here.
Ooh.
Yeah. So when I was in middle school, I think I was playing with one of my classmates, and I used to play around like a lot, and like not even. At times it can be funny, at times it can be like annoying. And so basically, she was getting a Cheeto from the machine, the chip machine,
It's a
whatever.
sharp Cheeto. Just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
just kidding.
Cheetos.
Yeah, Cheetos. Yeah, Cheetos. So like she was trying to put her dollar inside the machine,
Mhm.
I freaking grabbed it, and then I run, and then she got me with one of her nails, and I didn't even notice. Yeah, as I go back to her, I was like, "Oh, I'm just kidding." And then when I gave it back, she was like, "Oh, you're bleeding." Oh yeah, I am bleeding. Ever since, ever since then, I've had this scar.
The scar.
That
That
was a
dang
fun
Cheeto money. That Cheeto money.
That
Cheeto
Cheeto money
money.
though.
Yeah.
Man, you don't want to mess with people's Cheetos. Freak. Okay, cool,
No,
cool, cool.
Jesus.
But then you'll always remember scar. It's like, oh, this cost me like this cost me $1. Oh, that's cool. This
I
this
love
scar
when
cost me
there's a
$1.
story about it.
All right, you still friends with that person?
To be honest,
Ooh.
middle school. Well, it's because at the time I had my Facebook and I don't have my Facebook anymore.
Oh, okay.
So I don't have any connection
Okay.
with my middle school friends.
Cool, man. Cool,
That's
man.
fun.
All right. Cool.
Mm.
All right, just from the chat says Maficola says KP loves to snowboard. It's an inside joke of the time I went snowboarding with him. The one time I went snowboarding with him and I couldn't stay on the board. It's not my fault. Like that guy that I rented the snow boots from, like gave me like one size too small. And like throughout my life, I learned that whenever I get any kind of boot, I have to get it a one size bigger because I have wide feet. So I couldn't stay on the board because I couldn't step on my foot because it was being squeezed together the whole time. Every single time I stepped.
Oof.
Yeah, it sucked.
It gotta hurt.
Yeah, it was hurting the whole time, and people were like, "No, it doesn't hurt. It's supposed to hurt." I'm like, "No, it's not supposed to hurt like this." Then I found out later. Yeah, like when we go like ice skating, like every year, like the one time a year that we go ice skating. I find
After New Year's.
yeah, so it's just like the snow boots. In that I learned that I have to get one size bigger so it doesn't squeeze my foot because normally they don't, except for the place that we go to, they actually have a wide foot, but I still get one size bigger just in case. So next time I go snowboarding, I have to get just a boot that's one size bigger than my actual foot because I have wider feet than most people. Phantom Beasts laughs at it. He's just saying haha. And Vampanoy says need more dramatic zoom ins and drum rolls. Probably referring to the whole Filipino rom-com. This summer. This summer, Cinema One presents Falling for You.
Sherissa and the ice
Start
guy.
singing. and then the music
Yeah,
playing.
yeah. This summer.
I can imagine the guy when he takes off his helmet,
Yeah.
the one that Sherissa bumped into, like the hair like flew. I'm like, oh, sorry.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You're gonna see the announcer. This
Helmet.
this summer.
Unless
this,
they're wearing
oh.
like a GoPro.
Oh, okay, that'd be interesting. Yeah, but I think it would be a really good one. Okay, I'm just gonna say, like, so I already have this summer. Like, this cold story will warm your heart. What? Anyway, sorry. Whatever. You know what, guys? Okay, we are approaching the end of our podcast. This is usually the time where we open it up. Thank you guys for the questions. What is this? Maficola says, starring Fernando Po Jr. I don't know who that is.
Oh man, I should understand that.
Oh man. But if you guys want to ask
Old
questions in the chat, you're more than
actor.
welcome to ask questions to us. We have a few more minutes. But you're more than welcome to ask. And we still have 5 more questions for the next one. So this is going great. But yeah, how about you guys? What's your favorite rom-com? Or am I asking the wrong crowd? I grew up with 2 sisters, so I
That's
actually
not even
do.
my. It's funny because it's not even part of my question, but like it just turned it.
It turned into the rom-com.
I like
Yeah.
P.S. I Love You.
P.S. I Love You. Okay. What about you, Faye? What's yours? I still have mine.
I like Amnesia Girl.
Which one's that? What?
Amnesia Girl
Amnesia Girl.
by Tony. Yeah, by Tony Gonzaga.
Oh, I've heard of
Oh,
that
you guys are
one.
talking about. Oh, you guys are talking about Filipino.
Oh, I've heard of that. I've heard of it. I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Sleepless in Seattle from Maficola. Vampanoy with the 100 bits. I'd watch Falling for You. Nice. And thank you, Vampanoy, for
Falling
the
for You.
bits. For me, it would be. It's still the same one. It's
Oh, My Sassy Girl.
My Sassy Girl, the Korean version, the original. Husky Boy's the Wedding Singer. I love that one too.
Wait, there's 2 versions?
So My Sassy Girl, there was an American version made. It sucks
That,
because the cultural relevancy is different. In the American version, and it takes place in New York, and it's not a New York story. It really isn't. And they try to do the entire thing word for word, but it's just like the cultural significance of like falling in love in an Asian community, in a Korean community, and a Korean culture. It's different than falling in love in an American culture, so it doesn't translate. So, but that's just my
I get that.
opinion. It doesn't translate very well. But that being said, yeah, the Korean version is the better version. Watch the Korean version. I think you can watch it on like
which
YouTube.
one?
My Sassy Girl.
I
My
Hey,
Sassy Girl?
how
I've seen it.
how would you guys
I
want
finished it.
to have a online watch party on Discord? We could do it next week. Next week we will have a online watch party of My Sassy Girl. Next week we're gonna do it. Next week we're gonna have an online watch party. You guys are all invited. You guys are all invited. Online watch party of My Sassy Girl. Probably do it either Friday or Saturday night. Or we could do it Sunday night of next week, actually. We could do that. We could do that. Well, we'll see. Heck, we could do it tomorrow. Anyone available tomorrow?
I've worked tomorrow.
When Harry Met Sally. That's a good one, too.
I also like 51st Dates.
Which one?
51st Dates.
51st Dates. A good. Oh, that is a great one.
Ooh. Have you guys seen Pretty Lady?
I don't think
Pretty
so.
Lady?
Which one's that?
It's the American one. Pretty lady
Pretty Woman.
walking down the street.
It's Pretty Woman.
Wait, come on.
I was like, what's Pretty Lady? I was like, wait a minute.
Run!
Everyone's yelling, Pretty Woman, Pretty Lady. It's like, that's not even how the song goes. I was like, oh man, that's the title of the podcast. I'm gonna put Pretty Lady Walking Down the Avenue. I'm like, that's like not how the song goes, but you know that movie. That's just gonna be that movie, Pretty Lady. That's gonna be the title of this podcast.
But I haven't
I
seen
said
that either.
no.
Pretty Woman, Pretty Woman, and then Husky's like, and then she sang it, like. It's just like you're singing it. It's like anyway. Oh man, let's end it on that high note. But yeah, y'all go watch Pretty Lady. Because she's 100% committed. Vapanoy. Pretty Woman is about a dude who gets tired of paying a prostitute, so she marries her. Oh no, that's true. That movie.
I mean, it is true, okay, but
It's romantic.
true.
It's like, I'm tired of paying you, so I'm just gonna marry you.
Cinderella.
It's cheaper. Yeah.
Hey, he
It's-
fell in love with her. Okay?
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I'm embarrassed for you. Husky Boys, I'm embarrassed for you. Okay, we're gonna end it there. Great place to end it. Thank you guys for listening once again. Shout outs to the chat for keeping us honest. But once again, this has been a working podcast. Pardon our mess, Pretty Lady, but it's a working podcast. My name is KP.
Faye.
Sherissa.
And thank you guys once again for watching. We're still gonna be here for those of you online, but we are ending the podcast here. Take care and God bless.